You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show.
Hey guys, and welcome to America's Got Talent After Show, brought to you by AfterBuzz TV. This is season 9, episode 2. It is the audition rounds, part dos. I am Kaori Takee, and joining me, my lovely friends, Daniel Weiss.
That's me!
That is you. And next to him, Kevin John.
That's me.
I'm so glad the crew is all together again.
Reunited and it feels so good. Reunited cause we understood.
And before we get people to
we
change the channel, let's
make us
get
Can you change a channel on a podcast?
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can click a different browser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely Dieter if you want to. So please don't do that.
Dieter?
Yeah.
Dieter. What is Dieter? How do you spell Dieter?
Deter. Okay, now I feel really Asian right now. Okay, I'm going to change that up. Let's get
I think she meant detour.
Detour. Yes.
No, I meant Dieter.
No, detour is when you take a tour of my house.
The one you don't have?
Yeah, it's a tour of D.
Why don't we detour back to America's Got Talent? How does that sound?
Let's do it, all right? Because we've got some talented acts. Overall thoughts, first of all, before we go any further. I'll go first. I wanted to see more bad acts, to be honest with you, because we've been seeing a lot of good acts. And it's great to see it, but I also want to see the ones that failed. That's all I'm going to say.
I want to see more better acts.
What?
I feel like tonight was middle of the road. There were some of those, okay, yeah, that was cool. Got it. I like it.
Yeah.
But there was nothing tonight that was like,
Oh, it has to be like roar?
yeah, roar.
Why? So you started off the show as Eminem, and now you just went to He-Man.
So every white rapper is Eminem?
With their hood on, going like this. Yes, that's totally Eminem right there. That's 8
That
Mile.
is offensive.
What?
You know what else is offensive? Your breath. So anyways, going on. Started. You know what? I'll say this. The show was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I know you said you wanted a little more Phil. I know you said you wanted it to be more
Better?
incredible, magnificent. I thought it was just
Better
right.
Blues.
You thought it was
Spike
just right?
Lee. I thought it was just right. I think you had they went through the montage of the Fells, and the Fells are always good. You got to see the Fells because they're entertaining. It's like when you watch any other singing competition show or talent-based show, you got to show the Fells because that's entertaining. And if everything was good, you have nothing to balance. So you need the balance. And I think tonight had enough balance of the Fells and the goods.
So you're pretty much like the Goldilocks of the three here.
Yeah.
I thght it was not bad enough, and he thought it was not good enough, and you were like, it was just right.
It was just right, yeah.
It was just right. All right. So let's start. Okay,
I've been called many things in my life. That's the first time I've been called a bear.
well,
So then in that case, would he be Papa Bear or Mama Bear?
he'd be like, I don't know.
Daniel Bear. All right.
I'd be Huggy Bear.
So
Now let's talk about the Willis Clan.
let's talk about the very first group we saw.
What you talking about?
Willis Clan. Well, the Willis Clan is 12 people, and it's a brother-sister group. And to me, they just reminded me right away of the Sound of Music clan. And the irony is they sang a song from the Sound of Music with some kind of folky background. And my panel's laughing really hard right now, and I'm just trying to keep going. So what do you guys think of this musical clan?
I thought it was hilarious that Daniel that Daniel said, we were watching it. The last part of their, I guess the name is clan. So Daniel was like, they're definitely racist.
Anyone that puts clan in their name wants you to know how they feel.
But it is
I just thought it was funny.
It is spelled with a C and not a K.
Doesn't matter.
That it still has the same exact implication. At any rate, I'm sure they're not racist. I'm sure they
not.
just don't like black people, whatever that is.
No.
So, all right.
Oh, you know what that is? Racism.
That is. But getting back to my, I guess, critique of them,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they were cute, but I don't think they only needed about 4 of the family. The other 8 were just up there to be like cute moving scenery. They
agree.
really added nothing whatsoever to the show, and they were kind of annoying.
Wow. Okay, I wouldn't have said annoying, but I agreed with you in this portion that the older siblings were probably doing the big part with the singing. The little one did dancing, but they showed her the footwork and it wasn't that impressive. She was just there to be cute. I was kind of surprised that they're gonna pull them through, but what do you think?
They were okay. I said while we were watching it, close your eyes and listen to it. It doesn't sound that good.
No, it doesn't.
If you're just listening to it. When they harmonized, I did like it, but that was only a small part of it. Overall, they were meh. They shouldn't go through.
Yeah.
But they did, and
Well, a lot of these acts went through.
They got the cute points. That's what it is.
They did.
It's very rare that you'll see all 3 judges ex-kids. Like, I mean, if you're a kid, you're young, you're cute, and you're white, you're getting passed through.
Yeah, and we'll get to some more kids that, in my opinion, I think they went through because they were kids. And if they were adults, it would have been a different story. But before we move on, I want to take you guys off to a quick commercial.
Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds, so I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
Yep, you guys heard right that this book right here, Every Girl's Guide to Fitness and Diet, is available right meow. So go grab
you just
it.
meow?
I did. You know what? This actually has really great food recipes, some desk workouts, which I thought were pretty cool. This is the book for you if you're a woman on the go, just like Maria Menounos.
What if you're a man?
You too. I mean, you know what?
then you can get my book. The every guy's guide to
being a
whatever.
loser.
She also
Whatever.
has her father pictures working out and stuff. So just check it out for all types of genders.
Actually, I do have a testimony. I did follow Maria Menounos' guide, and I actually lost 100 pounds. I used to be 255 pounds, and I followed her instructions. I lost 100 pounds in 2 weeks. Definitely.
It's a great guide for you. I mean, she's really inspiring. So check it out.
I used to weigh 517 pounds.
We are going to move on to some magicians, David and Lehman. One is a philosophy teacher and one is a barista. They get Howie on stage and they basically have this trick where they put pressure on a portion of Howie's head and it causes him not to be able to read anymore. So everything becomes illegible to him. So they show the cards, comedian, germaphobe, and Howie Mandel, and all of the judges can read them except for Howie. What did you think of this act?
I think that Howie Mandel is a hell of an actor because I think that he was in on it. I don't think there's any way on earth you can mess with somebody's
Well, maybe
neural...
not Earth.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe. In Jupiter, possibly could have worked, or Mars.
Or Earth.
Yeah. But at any rate, I don't know. The thing with magic tricks when they pull volunteers, you never really know if the volunteer's in on it. And I don't know. I didn't believe it. That's just what I'm going to say. I didn't believe it.
See, I didn't believe it at first either, but then you see the card from a different camera angle and he was reading. Well,
but that's why I said he could have been acting.
Yeah.
And
do you believe it?
I don't know. I feel that he couldn't vote if he was in on it. But looking back, I don't think he did vote. Because he said he was on stage, so he couldn't really see it. Howie? I don't know. I thought it was a cool trick. I thought they were funny. They started off with jokes, so they were entertaining right away.
Yeah.
And then they did the trick. It could be true. There's different pressure points. Or it's some sort of trick. Or Howie's in on it. Either way, it was entertaining, and that's what magic really is. Bottom line, it's entertaining. We can't really figure out how it worked.
He's
So
bored with your analysis.
look, here's the problem with Kevin. If it's not flashing or moving really fast, he gets bored with it. Don't worry, we're gonna get you a light that you can follow very soon.
Thank you.
So
you guys know
I think
me so
they're
well.
great, and I want to see what else they can do. They're very funny.
I am curious to see though if they have other pressure points that trigger different tricks. Like
Right.
what is their shtick? Because I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, what are they going to do? They're not going to last long.
Yeah, I would like the opposite. Like if they could push a point on Kevin's head and he can read.
Which he's implying that I'm currently illiterate right now.
I missed you so much.
Oh, you
Kevin.
guys
I know,
are
I missed you too,
cute.
Daniel. I
I'm
did.
so glad to be on
in a
this
very
side of the
heterosexual
table.
kind of way.
Nope, not here.
Let's move on to Julia Goodwin, this 15-year-old singer who doesn't look 15. She seems to be very, very close to her dad. And she ends up singing New York State of Mind, and she has quite a mature voice for her 15 years of age. She gets a standing ovation, 4 yeses. Good singer. What do you guys think?
I don't think she was 15,
I don't think she was either.
but she was fine. She was a really good singer.
Uh-huh.
That's it. I feel that she wasn't good enough that she's going to make it to the end, but she can make it halfway.
Okay, yeah.
Halfway there.
And-
Oh.
Stop singing, Kevin.
Kevin, what did you think?
I agree with Daniel. I think
Ooh.
she, for once, I know that's very rare. But I do think that she was a lot older than what she appeared, and I think that maybe we need to check her birth certificate before she goes on in the journey. You know,
Yeah.
maybe Donald Trump, he has a thing for checking people's birth certificates, so
Oh,
maybe he could figure that out. But
you did bring that up right there, didn't you?
I have no idea where that came from. But yeah, no, great singer, very talented, and we'll see. I wasn't blown away, but I wasn't like she sucks either. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought she was good. I really did, but we'll see how far she goes. I'm kind of curious. Because singers, for me, I feel that it's very generic, especially for a talent show like this.
Exactly.
I feel like they should be on The Voice or American Idol.
Or the other 50 million singing
Yes, the
shows
Sing
that are
Off
on.
or something. But
And that's why I asked, while we were watching this earlier, I'd asked both of the hosts, Daniel and Kaori, I was like, is there anybody that has won America's Got Talent that was a singer in the past of, in the history of the show? Because I just can't see them rewarding somebody, a singer, when it's a show that encompasses so much different talent.
exactly.
I believe there was someone named Michael Greaves years ago.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Well,
But
I do.
I do
so-
remember Jackie Evancho, who made it pretty far, and she's doing pretty well. A lot of the singers, Forte made it very far
Right.
yesterday.
They can
last year.
get far, but
But
if
see,
you look at all the-
Forte was different, though.
They were great.
They were different. I mean, Forte was, they had me.
I'm still waiting for their album to drop.
Oh my goodness.
So good.
Just drop it.
Drop
It like
Okay.
it's hot.
So next we've got Sean and Luke and their brothers, quote unquote, from another mother. They're tap dancers that girls think are cute. I know one of you two said that they look like Justin Bieber's.
Bieber.
Fever. They're good, but I thought they were good, but I think that the camera angle kind of messed it up and it didn't showcase as much of their talent as I would have liked to. What did you guys think overall?
I agree. It probably was better live, but it was fun. I would like to see more.
Okay, Heidi.
Nothing amazing. Listen, I'm very much like Heidi.
I know you do.
Well, I don't know what that means. Kevin?
I'm gonna just intervene here because it's getting weird. So yeah, this is the thing about I believe they were Luke and Sean. That was her name. And
Yes, Sean and Luke.
whatever it was. Who's keeping track? But this is the thing. I thought that they were incredibly talented, and I liked the way that they both did their dance in unison. It was very, very refreshing to look at. My only issue is if you're going to title yourself as tap dancers, I want to see tapping. And I just couldn't hear the tapping over the music because there was so much going on. And it's like, if you want to focus on the tap, there should be a part where the music comes down and then we see you guys tap dance straight for like 30 seconds. But
So it's the noise that makes everything, because they were tap dancing.
could you hear it?
No, but
Exactly.
you could see the moves.
But that you want, okay, for example, if you went to a concert and you saw someone sing them play the piano, but you didn't hear it, would it be the same?
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to hear it. So,
Okay.
it's kind of like if I was talking, but you didn't hear my voice come out. You just
I
saw my
would
lips.
love that.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I love you.
Oh, how cute. We got to witness the first I love you
Of this season.
of the season. That's right.
Very true.
Well, Howard Stern is the only one that said no, and I kind of agree with him. He says that they're really talented, but they're probably not big enough for the stage. But they went through because the other three said yes. And then there was a martial arts montage, which we know leads up to something else. And we've got this crazy Master Shi Fai Long, which
God.
was just a complete living it up to the stereotype of Asian fob. Living it up. Kung Fu master, an energy master. He has a translator that's not translating. He does a couple things. One, he tries to stop a clock, which didn't really work. He tries to break chopsticks with a $10 bill, which doesn't really work, but it does. But I think he used his hand. But he is funny. I think he was funny.
I think funny is an overstatement. This
Really?
guy was a buffoon. All right. I mean, he was the most just over exaggerated slapstick character I can even think of. If you think about Psy, and when I say Psy, that's the guy who made Gangnam Style. Psy to like the 400th power. And I'm not just saying that because they're both Asian, but I kind of am because they are.
But you know that one is Chinese and one's Korean, right? There's a difference in Asian.
They're both Asian, technically. though.
I'm just saying.
Different in nationality, true. Yes.
Okay.
At any rate, the thing that I was going to say is I believe he was just a little too extra. I enjoyed his charisma. I enjoyed his energy. I enjoyed his enthusiasm. But it was borderline mental institution just escaped.
Aw, Daniel.
So next we had Real Encounters Bike Club.
What? Sphincter says what?
He's saying, in other words, on to the next one.
Well, I'm going to talk about it because I thought it was
Talk about it.
ridiculous that I actually wanted to see more. I felt that this was more of a comedy act than anything.
Yeah.
So I took it that way. I took it as a comedy act because there's no way that he can be taken seriously, and I think he probably should know that. So I thought it was okay.
Well,
I was
then
kind of upset that he didn't make it
Let's look
through.
at it this way then. If you're saying it's a comedy act, last week we had Dustin's Dojo, which we all knew was a comedy act.
They made it through.
And they did a great job.
Uh-huh.
I feel that if that's the case and this guy's a comedy act, I don't think he did a good enough job of us letting us know that, wait, I think he's joking around. Mm-hmm. And if he is, I want to see more. I didn't feel that with this guy. I felt, okay, it's whatever. It's a stupid thing.
So did you feel just like Kevin that he kind of might have belonged in some like insane asylum?
No, I don't think so. I just think that he either thinks he's good or he's putting on a joke.
Uh-huh.
But either way, I don't think he did a good job of it.
That's fair.
I know.
In a very weird, twisted kind of way, I agree with you. I think that he was so just absurd, provocative, and obnoxious that I would love to see him
I'm
back.
right next
Yeah.
to you.
You
It's
are.
not all about you,
yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah,
It isn't. Okay.
No, it is.
So let's move on from Daniel to the next group, which I thought were phenomenal. And you and I and all three of us were actually at this particular audition. Yes, but no at the same time.
Kind of.
Because what happened, well, I'm going to go ahead and say it, is we saw the audition and they told us basically to act like
Don't
we
pull back
saw
the
it,
curtain, Kaori.
but we didn't really see it.
Don't pull back.
Wow, did you just expose the truth?
So in other words, we
You
just
just broke kayfabe.
We were not
You
part of the
did.
group that went outside to actually watch this BMX group.
It, in fact, to jump onto that, it happened the day before
Yes.
we saw it, but then they came back,
And
which
asked
makes
us to.
sense because these guys are probably out of breath
Mm-hmm.
and not in the right place to be interviewed at the time. So we saw a little bit of the behind the scenes.
We did, but it was amazing. Even on TV.
Yes.
I can't imagine what it would look like in real life, these guys doing these BMX stunts. They were really good. I liked
agree.
it.
I thought it was great. I want to see more. Although one of you pointed out that if they have to go outside for this, how are they going to do a big show in a theater? They're not going to take it outside.
That's probably Kevin, because I didn't say that.
And that's
That was me.
Vegas specifically, but there have been shows like Nitro Circus and other places that will do a huge arena. So maybe there's something like that for them if they win. But it was good. I want to see more.
Yes, Heidi.
Stop doing that. Just because I briefly dated Seal, I'm Heidi Klum.
All right.
Let's move on.
And he's not talking about Seal the singer. He's talking about an actual seal, the
I
animal.
dated a seal
What about you? Did you like this?
on porpoise.
Not you, Kevin.
Did I like,
John.
you know, I thought it was daring. Especially the first flip, because a lot of times when you see these bike stunts or whatever they're called, it's pretty much all the same. They go off a ramp, maybe do a flip and come down. But I just like the variety that they chose in this. It was, I think Howard said it best. It was death defying, and I enjoyed it. I want to see more of it. Just the question is that we were just talking about is how would they make this a show in Vegas, which I'm sure will be thought of. But
Yeah. Okay, and then we went through kind of a quick montage of other stunts. A group called Slam that did flips and dunks, which was pretty cool. They got yes, and then a flight crew jump rope, which was pretty cool. Yes, and then the pogo stunt team, which was pretty cool, and they also got yes. So we've got that little slew. And then there was a kids montage with the little cute kids and how important they are on the show. And then we've got Dominic, Phoenix, and Lyric, who are triplets, and we were actually there to see them as well at the audition, and they happened to be, well, the Dominic was the card thrower.
Card thrower.
So we were there live. We got to see it happen. We wanted to point out, I mean, you pointed some things out, so why don't you go ahead and say it?
I did. My name's Daniel. Something that we realized was kind of cool. Again, to pull back the
I'm
curtain.
shaking my head. Okay.
Daniel came to this episode of the taping today on a short yellow bus. Go ahead.
That's highly offensive in so many ways, Kevin. Anyway, moving on out of high school. To
Which
pull
you
back-
just graduated out of, but go ahead. I missed you, Daniel. I did. I love you, man.
I miss you too.
All right, go
One
on.
of these
Go on.
days, I'm gonna get a scope on my rifle, and I won't miss you anymore. Anyway,
gosh.
to uncover the great Oz just once again a little bit more, they edited this. It was great, and the kid was a great card thrower. But when we saw it, it took him a couple tries to cut some of the celery and do some of the tricks, and they edited it for the show where he's just hitting the celery every time, which now makes me question some of the stuff we see.
Yes.
So now it changes things because there's a live show and there's a TV version to every act. So you have to kind of consider that when you watch these now, because it still was good, but it wasn't as polished as it looked on TV tonight.
I
Still
agree.
great. And the best part that we saw that you can't really tell live is this kid at the end starts whipping these cards into the audience, and he's hitting the balcony and the back rows, and that was awesome.
I think that what you're saying is right, because it turns out that most of the time things are better live, but in this particular instance, the way they edited it, this was actually better on television because you don't see the mess ups.
Well, it's kind of like if you're watching a movie or television show live. when you watch it, if you're watching the taping of a movie live, you're going to see 6 million takes. You're going to see all kinds of stuff. But when you go into the actual theater and see it, it's a much better experience because they edited out everything to make it look good. And I think that was kind of like this particular show. Yeah, a scene there, we saw the blemishes, we saw the mistakes, the goofs and stuff, but watching it on TV after they edited it gave them a whole lot more justice. So, but I thought it was a great show. I mean, the fact, I don't care if the kid had just came out on stage and flicked the card to the balcony, I still would have passed him through.
Okay, the card throwing was really impressive, but I think I mentioned this while we were watching it. If they were adults, I don't know if they would have made it through.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think they would have as adults, you're right. I think they would have been judged a whole lot harder, but I think they may have went through just on the creativity and originality aspect. I've never seen that ever.
And their charm as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thought about that. And normally I do say, let's pretend they're kids for different kid acts. Mm-hmm. That's mostly for dancing and singing, where I feel that a lot of kids can master things early. So if you're going to be thought as this kid, be really good at it. Mm-hmm. I don't like to say he's good for a kid. But in this instance, that is next to impossible to think of an 8-year-old mastering this and being that good to throw a card and slice celery in half.
And he's going to get better. That's for sure.
So that's
the good thing.
So in this instance, I feel that for a kid, that's amazing because that's really hard for an adult to do. It's not just practice. You can practice, and still not be able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I give him a little more credit and say, yeah, for an 8-year-old, that was amazing.
Yes, for an 8-year-old, it was amazing. But if it was a 40-year-old, it wouldn't be so amazing, would it?
If it's a 4-year-old, it'd be incredible.
I said 40.
Oh, I thought you said 4-year-old too.
Yeah, we both heard 4
So
year-old.
I swallowed the zero.
For a 40-year-old, I still think.
Yeah.
For a 40-year-old, I think the celery would not be as amazing, but whipping it into the audience, I'd be okay, cool.
I'll put it like this: if the kid is doing something that I can't see that I've never seen an adult do, or an adult cannot do or master, then it's still freaking amazing. It's ageless.
Okay.
You know?
Right. And if it was an adult for this round, yes, I would absolutely pass them. If this was their second or third, then no.
Okay. Well, we'll see where they go.
We will.
What else they're going to be cutting, what other things he's going to be throwing.
Bananas.
Bananas and
carrots.
Yeah, there you go. So then we next see a montage of terrible magicians, including one that takes Heidi Klum's bra away. And then we have Mad Jack. You got it. And you liked it. That was probably your favorite part of the act.
I loved it in the worst way possible. Mad Jack. Get it? It's magic.
Oh, gosh. So he asked Howard Stern to join him up on stage. And basically, Howard Stern has to pick a card. It is the King of Diamonds, but Mad Jack does not know it at the point. And the card that Howard Stern chose is basically up his bum, up his ass. And Howard Stern has to pick it out with pliers. So, what do you guys think of this act?
The most incredibly innovative, original, creative, disgusting magic act I've ever seen.
I enjoyed it.
Boom.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was creative because when he was already like, pick a card, any card, I'm like, all right, that's kind of typical. Magician always wants them to pick a card. But he got creative with it in the sense that it was somewhere in his butt crack. And I thought it was humorous. So, Dan.
Yo. I thought it was mostly original. I liked him and I liked his presentation, though I will say I have seen that trick done once.
What?
With a different magician, and it was much better. The guy that I saw.
Are you serious?
Yes, the guy that I saw, he does the pick a card, any card, and then he shuffles it and he does the whole thing. Then he puts it away. Then he goes on to another act and he starts doing other magic. And then at the very end, he goes, oh, wait, hold on. Undoes his pants, pulls them down, bends over, and there's the card in his bum. And so I thought that was a little more creative, but I've only seen one other person do that. So this guy doing it, it still was a little more original, and he was just trying to do another take
And
on magic. So it was fine, but I completely can see them saying no.
They
And
all said no
to his
except for Heidi.
defense, one of the things I dislike is when they judge the magicians. A lot of times they tell the magicians, "Ew, it took you too long to get started." You had to, but you have to realize as a magician, you need that time. Like if you ever go to see David Copperfield or David Blaine or Chris Angel, you'll see them pretty much every magic trick that they do is about 15 to 20 minutes long because it's elaborate and it's hard to rush a magic trick on stage when you're trying to set up everything. So I just kind of feel that it's unfair when they say, "Oh, you got to rush and get to it." Granted, I know there's only 90 seconds and you have 90 seconds to get to it, but they need to give them a little bit of grace because all the best magicians in the world don't spit out 80-second magic tricks.
Well said.
It's true.
You
They'll
know.
spend the first 10 minutes going, "Notice that I have a regular curtain here. Now, you can buy a curtain like this at home, but I have one that is 3 times that. Now, go into your mind and suspend disbelief. Think about a car.
Nice.
Think about that regular car. What kind of car do you have? Where are you driving it to? Now, take that car, put it on this stage like this, behind this curtain. Now, I'm going to take this car. I'm going to make it disappear, but not yet. First, I'm going to have you think of something." So I completely
Yes.
agree with Kevin that sometimes
Oh,
the setup
another
does
agreement.
Yeah.
but be entertaining with it. And
That's
I thought
true.
he was.
Yeah.
He talked because we've also seen magicians, and this is going to prove my point if you're just listening to the podcast. We've seen magicians that will do a magic trick at the end of 90 seconds, but they'll spend the first 60 seconds going,
That is true. Just wasting, yeah.
Yeah, it gets like hard to
They're voguing.
keep your
Yes.
attention
"Is
around.
this your card?"
But I think the best part about this was actually after Howard acquired the King of Diamonds card, he chased Howie Mandel with it, and I thought that was hilarious. And then there was that montage of Howie being a germaphobe, and I just wanted to talk about that because he really is
Yes,
a germaphobe.
let's get into it.
No, I just find it like interesting how he's really scared and how he's okay to touch other things as long as it's not hands. I just thought it was weird, and you guys have no comment on this, so I will move on.
I do have a comment on it because hands touch everything else. Most of the time, someone's elbow or wrist isn't going to get into something gross, but your hands touch things all the time. It's in your mouth.
95%.
It's on your money.
95% of foodborne illnesses or common colds are exchanged through the lack of sanitation through hands.
Guys, we are breaking it down tonight.
Nice. See, that's why I asked that question. I wanted these
It's
two fellas to
science.
say it because you guys are so intelligent.
And I just totally made up those stats.
Well, you know what?
I'm joking.
The more you know.
There you go. Thank you.
There
Thank
you go.
Keep that on standby because there may be more.
I think Daniel really liked that sound. He got
I
excited.
do. I really love that. Watch where you walk because snails are people too.
Oh, God. Oh, the more you know. So next we've got Miguel. He's 21.
Snails are people.
He's a musician and he sings and plays guitar. They are raving about how attractive this guy is. He's good, but I feel like I saw this last week with another guitarist who was singing a John Mayer song. It's just nothing innovative, nothing new, and it's another one of the case of the singers again.
All of me
I don't even remember what he's saying.
loves all
Oh gosh.
of you. Love your curves and
Look.
all your edges.
Should
Kevin
I
John,
leave you two?
Oh,
You
Yo,
might be good
perfect.
enough for the AfterBuzz stage, but AGT, practice a little bit.
I will. I
Okay.
will. Thank you for just killing
The
my
more you
dream
know.
since I was 5. The more you- That's bad.
Yes.
Whatever. You may kill my dreams. You may kill my dreams. You may kill my dreams.
That was the best
but
song.
kids, Journey said it best. Don't stop believing. All right.
They also said, "Oh, girl."
At any rate,
What did you guys think?
I think that he had the cute factor going for them. Obviously, the girls liked him. The judges were in awe of his boyish or his One Direction like looks and things of that sort. You know, I thought he was okay. He wasn't bad.
No, he wasn't
You know, he wasn't bad, but he didn't blow me away.
Exactly.
So, I'm not shocked he went through, But will he be able to continue going through? Or will he be the Jimmy Rose of this season? You never know.
I just had a dirty thought. Let's move over. Move along.
No, let's get back to this dirty thought. The fans want to know.
No.
Fans, do you want to know?
You just said he went through, and I want to see if he'll go through again or something. Okay, Daniel, let's move on.
We're adults. This is. I'm glad that this happened tonight with Miguel.
Kaori.
Which is. Actually, guys, I brought something.
What'd you bring?
Well.
Did you bring your brain today?
No, I never do. But I brought some ingredients with me. I brought a little bit of. I'm pretty good looking in a boyish way.
Okay.
I brought a little satchel full of my dad left us when I was a kid. Now I'm going to pour in the rest of my whispery gravel voice. Now I'm going to get myself to the semifinals on that.
I don't know if he'll
You know
make
what
it
you
to
forgot to
semifinals.
include? You forgot to include the little that Zac Efron half beanie.
Oh, Zac Efron.
That goes around
That's
the-
true.
So
He did have.
hot.
He had some extra on with him tonight.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel that they're all now cookie cutter. We're all gonna. I called it. We were watching it.
You
I
were
said,
so proud that you called it.
I
too.
did. I said, his dad's gone. He's gonna sing like John Mayer. Boom, and he did. I love you so much.
But he made it through,
Of course he did.
and we'll see how far he goes. I don't think he's gonna make it too far, even though Jimmy Rose did surprise us last year. So who knows?
Oh my god.
And we've got
Jimmy Rose.
the next one I thought was really good was Abigail Baird, and she was an aerialist, 33-year-old. She's a teacher by day and an aerialist by night. She does aerial animation. That's what she calls it. And honestly, if that screen wasn't behind her, she would have just been an aerialist. But because of that screen and because of the animation and the timing and everything, she did a really good job. It was like Kenichi in air.
Well,
Be careful before you compare someone to the great Kenichi.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
know.
please. We love him.
to speak to your point real quick, if I sat down in a chair and started moving my arms in a circle like I'm driving, but I'm not in a car, I'm not driving. That's the point. She's an aerialist who her act incorporates the screen. If she didn't have the screen,
Wow.
she wouldn't have done that.
Yes.
So I just think that your point is dumb.
How dare you say that? My point
I
is not
dare
dumb.
because I care.
No, how is my point dumb? My
The more you
point-
know.
My point is saying that basically, if she didn't have that screen, she would just be an aerialist. But the fact that she has that, which is part of
If
her
she didn't have
act,
girl parts, she
makes her
wouldn't be a
different.
girl.
No, that's not.
No, it's true.
That's true, but
It's science.
that's not what I'm saying.
The more you know.
Boo, boo.
So, anyways, I'm gonna interject here.
Yes, do it.
I thank you, Kaori. I was gonna do it anyway, but thank you for your endorsement.
Very fed up.
So my thing is with this, whenever you get involved with the screens and all that other stuff, I like it because it adds an element, it adds spectacle. But it should not take away from what your talent is. And I think that's what Kenichi was able to master. Even though he had the screen up, you would still see him dancing and doing some incredible feats, where if you even took the screen away, you would still be moved by his performance.
Good point.
If there was no backdrop with this particular girl, I don't know if I would be that entertained. Not saying that what she was doing is easy. I couldn't go up and do that, but I just don't think that it was that incredibly talented. The story was outstanding. The screen was outstanding, but I just don't think her specific talent was all that outstanding.
Okay. That's kind of what I was trying to say.
Good. I just
Didn't-
want to help
it
you out
didn't
with
sound so dumb coming from you. So,
Well, I'm
you know.
kind of a sophisticated human being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Morehouse College.
And you're a lot nicer than Daniel. I'm sad now. Daniel, I'll see you in the doghouse later.
The doghouse.
The doghouse. All right. So,
I don't like any of this.
well,
And we don't like you, so-
we're nearing
Well,
the
all right,
end because we
enjoy
have
the rest of the show.
one more act left to talk about.
Yep.
Howard and Howie, a montage.
Yeah, no, enjoy it.
Well, all right. Well, we're gonna have to continue.
Eminem is officially leaving the building.
How dare you?
Howard and Howie's montage about how they have a bromance, and it brings us to the last couple of the night, and they're salsa dancers, but they're a duo, but they're not a couple, which everyone asks backstage, and all the judges ask, "Are you a couple?" And one of them says, "Look, I'm straight." The other one's like, "Look, I'm super gay." It doesn't really matter.
I don't think he said super either.
Well, the other one said
He
super
put
straight.
on his cape and said, "I'm super gay."
Well, the other one was like,
He
"I'm
poured out some
really
lipstick,
straight."
put it on, and said, "I am flamboyantly gay."
So they do a dance, and it was really good. That salsa dance was phenomenal.
Man,
But I don't know which
Two
one's
men.
which, but they did really good spins and everything. And it obviously they get 4 yeses, but it also makes Howie and Howard take their dance lesson, and they do a really funny job as well. Your overall take on this act, including the H bromance?
I would say this. I that one dude was phenomenal, the gay one. And I don't know why we have to refer to them as the straight one and the gay one.
Well,
That's what
you
I'm
just
saying.
did, so ask
Well,
yourself.
the
that.
judges actually had referred, which why Howard asked them if they're gay or straight is beyond me.
It's because the producers told him to.
That's probably true.
Well, no, or it could be because they were a couple and it's not a conventional salsa dancing couple.
That's true. Anyways, the one that happened to be homosexual, I feel, was a phenomenal dancer. The other guy was pretty good too. I mean, he was more just the support, but his turning and it was just finesse. Looking at it was just so refreshing. And that's the thing. I'm not even really into ballroom or salsa dancing, that kind of stuff. But whenever you can make someone a fan that's not really into that particular genre, then you know you're doing something phenomenal, and that's what they did. I wanted to come up and bailamos, and izquierda de muy bien, la chica, suavemente, besame,
All right,
bedero querer.
let's pass it on to Daniel.
Thank you so much for that. I don't
Muy bien.
see.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't normally like salsa dancing, but this was entertaining, and I wanted to watch more of it.
It was the spins.
I
The
thought they were
spins.
great. Yeah, the spins were great. They were precision. They were on
Yeah.
it. I really liked them. I'd like to see a lot more of them and see where they go. And that's it.
Yes. And that about wraps up the show. Real quick,
Ribbity
any
wraps.
predictions?
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So let's just.
Said quick, so I did the quick one for you.
Oh, thank you. That was a cool one. That was
Can
like
we
a
do it
space one.
quicker next
She
time?
was-
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Can you just cut out your AfterBuzz?
All right, so let's
Just go
let's
to
move
your
on.
predictions.
Now our predictions time's running out. So let's do this.
Hurry
Okay.
up.
So best act of the night, worst act of the night, and predictions. Real quick, let's do it. Best act of the night.
Best act of the night to me was the duo, the Latin duo that we just got finished talking about. I would say Luke and Sean, the white dancers, just because I think they have so much more talent, and I want to see a whole lot more of them. The worst one of the night, the Grandmaster Asian Funk insanity guy.
Okay.
Yes, was just Go ahead.
David and Lehman are my top pick of the night.
Okay.
And I think that they're going to do something incredible down the road that's going to propel them forward.
Okay.
I think that the worst of the night, I agree with Kevin and say the guru guy.
Can you say Chi Fai Long?
Of course I can.
I can't either. Okay, and my favorite were the BMX dudes that we didn't really get to see
They were
live.
great, yeah.
And my least favorite, I might have to say, is the Willis Clan. Just didn't impress me very much.
It's because they're racist, I know.
Yeah, and predictions, well, we predict that there's going to be another phenomenal audition round next week, right?
Sure. I think there's going to be more bad people next week. That's my prediction. More
Right, yeah,
fails.
we need to see more bad.
Much more fails next
Much
week.
more fails, yes.
I think there's going to be a lot more daring acts next week. You haven't seen a lot of the daringness so far.
We
this-
haven't seen enough comedians either. We saw a little
that
bit
is-
last week.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So,
Boom.
well, that about wraps us up for this week's after show for America's Got Talent. In the meantime, where can we follow you guys? Daniel has a Twitter.
I have a Twitter! Follow me on It's Daniel Weiss. Hooray!
And if you follow him, guess what? You'll be his first follower.
I have 4.
You'll be his 5th follower. I am Kevin John. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyKevinJohn or on my website, itskevinjohn.com.
No, you say so friendly. It's kind of cute. All right.
Yeah, no, I love the fans.
Yes.
They're friendly too.
And you can find me at KAORIOUS on Twitter as well as Instagram. And stop over
What
to
was that
iTunes.
again? What?
KAORIOUS. And stop over to iTunes and rate and comment as well as YouTube.
Yes.
And we will catch you guys next week.
We love your comments too.
Thank you.
I love you all.
Yes, we do.
Me too.
Love,
Me
love,
and
love.
Daniel love each other.
We
Goodbye.
do.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Catch you later. Catch you later.
Get off my plane!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.